Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman. I am the host of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. If you are enjoying this show, check out other shows in the Premier Powerverse. We have the Premier Boy Podcast with myself, Aaron Keto Sands, Star Rider Rod, and Lola the Chief Mighty Mel, where we discuss many stuff that going on today, from politics, dating, love, sex, music, and many more. And I'm not gonna lie, this show get a little raunchy, and it may not be for everybody. But if you're enjoying this stuff, check out the Premier Boy Podcast every Wednesdays at 12 a.m. Next show we got is King Talk with Aaron Sands, hosted by Aaron King Talk Sands. On this show, he discusses many current events and topics that affect everyday people in a very unfiltered and unapologetic way. He also discusses controversial topics with other guests and many more. Y'all can check out the King Talk with Aaron Sands every Friday at 12 p.m. Next, we got Star Town Podcast hosted by the Star Rider Rod, where he discusses life, personal stories, and many topics with guests and many more. And you can check out Star Town Podcast every Mondays at 12 p.m. And last but not least, we got the newest show in the Premier Powerverse Network. Welcome to the Trilogy Podcast, hosted by Lola the Chief Mighty Mel, where you grow through stories and you rise throughout challenges, discuss stuff that's going on in the culture, many current events, and many more. Y'all can check out Welcome to the Trilogy every Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Check out every show that's a part of the Premier Powerverse. Trust me, you will enjoy it. And also check out MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays and Thursdays at 12 p.m. And now sit back, relax, and check out this show. Chill! You are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Chill! Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, 1/4 of the Premier Boys Podcast, and your host of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Welcome to another new episode of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Hope all is well. Season 8 of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast will be premiering on September 15th. But on today's episode, this is the final Road to Season 8 bonus episode. And this episode is my guest appearances on JayDay Reviews, hosted by Jaylan, who y'all already know her for coming to my show for the Top 20 Countdown show. And we will be discussing everything Beverly Hills Cops, Eddie Murphy, and many more. This was a YouTube exclusive, and I'm happy to bring this into the podcast platform. I have not heard this episode, so I'm looking forward for y'all to check out this fun episode of my guest appearance on the JayDay Reviews. And once again, thank you, Jaylan, for letting me, share this episode to my audience. So y'all already know what to do. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. A conversation about Beverly Hills Cop with Jaylan. Chill!
My name is Lacey, and you are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, and I am the host of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And this commercial break is brought to you by MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. On MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast, we interview many guests about their life journey, pretty much where they come from and where they at now. Also promoting their brands or whatever they're doing at the time they come on the show. We also have the host talk about personal stories about himself and everything that he's been through. And also we have fun conversation about anything music, anything old school, relationships, wrestling, and many more. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays at 12 a.m. We are also on every Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Spin-off Series Thursdays, where we have all of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast spin-off series all in one day, where we have a conversation about music podcast every first Thursday at 12 a.m. The Old School Show with myself and the Star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. And we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursday at 12 a.m. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pods, and many more. Or y'all can check it out on the official website of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com, and tune in every Sundays and Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in to this commercial break of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Cheer!
My name is Jaylan Salah, and you are listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Okay, hey everyone, this is your favorite friend Jay, or as you formerly know me, I'm Jaylan Salah. Today, I'm so excited to be on this episode from the Jay Reviews with one of my best friends. I've known Ken since 2022. He's one of the best cinephiles out there. He has his amazing podcast, MrGentleman Podcast. He kind of invites people to talk about a lot of things, about movies, about life, and he has some inspirational stuff to give. Also, I just love that I'm joined by him today to talk about one of our favorite comedians, favorite actors, and also a great franchise that we both love. How are you doing, Kenny?
Hey, hello, Miss Jaylan. How you doing? This is Ken, a.k.a. Mr. Gentleman from the Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. I'm happy to be here.
I'm so happy to be here, too. What I want to know first, when we discussed that we wanted to talk about Eddie Murphy and Beverly Hills Cop, why do you think we both clicked? Like, you and I are both cinephiles. We love movies so much. But why do you think, for you, Beverly Hills Cop is such a big deal? It's such a great film. And you go first, and then I'll say.
We discussed it on my show on the top 20 countdown list episode. And I had Beverly Hills Cop on my list. I can't remember what was the top 20 or my top 40. But then we have a lot of common kind of Eddie Murphy. We both love Eddie Murphy. Definitely one of our favorite comedians. Definitely funny. And yeah, it's Beverly Hills Cop. One of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies. So yeah.
First of all, it's really a great comedy. Like, to this day, you can watch this movie and just laugh nonstop. Seriously.
Yeah.
Second of all, the action was just, I don't know what's going on now. Is it too much CGI? Is it too much,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, you don't have compelling characters, enough compelling villains and compelling, like, good guys seemingly. Although, actually, the good guy, he's also very cool. Like, you don't have him as an archetypal, boring good guy. He just breaks the law. He does all kinds of crazy things. He just makes hit characters on the spot. He has a lot of talent. He's so brilliant, I think, but also funny and doesn't take himself seriously. I think movies back then, action movies, action comedy movies, they had this spirit. They had this edge about them. They had this, I don't know, like an air of experimentation, but at the same time, everything was also within a frame. They had it to the T. Like they had, you always have the bad guy, you always have the good guy, you always have, like resistance, something comes in the middle, and then it all slips away, and then he rises from the ashes, you have the confrontation at the end. So it was like a formula, but it worked so well. And I think it was carried too by the movie stars of the time, and Eddie Murphy was like one of the best.
He was big, yeah, because, Eddie Murphy came off of Saturday Night Live. And then he started doing movies after that. I forgot which one was his first movie. I don't think this was his first movie, but something was his first one. Was it this? Was this his first movie, or was it?
Let me check.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
see
try to think.
what was his first movie. Like I gotta check what was his first.
I feel like maybe it might be this. I don't know. Maybe wrong.
Okay, so it could be this movie, but also he was like the star of Saturday Night Live. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah. He
the
said
thing.
yeah. They did comedy.
Yeah. Oh, so he made like 48 hours, but I
Oh,
think
for the out. Right.
yeah. And then you have like Trading Places, and then you have like the big thing, like 1984.
Yeah,
This is like big. I don't think people were expecting this scale of success for Eddie. Maybe they weren't
yeah,
expecting. I think it was kind of revolutionary at the time, and it made like huge, like box office numbers and stuff like that. But well
yeah.
deserved, because I think this was a breed of comedy that wasn't common at the time.
I think this was his breakout movie. I don't think this was his breakout movie.
Definitely, and it's deserved because he's bringing his Saturday Night Live energy to it,
Yeah,
and his
yeah, yeah.
brilliance as a comedian. He can get into any character he wants, and he's also insanely funny. And he's just, like he's always standing out with all the characters that he's appearing with.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna get a like. We watched Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. Although I didn't really like 2, I think it like went really down from where 1 was. But I'll just
Yeah.
cool. I'll just
Yeah.
say
Yeah. So his first movie was 48 Hours. First movie.
okay, this was his first movie, and
Yeah,
then
that
came
was his
Trading
very first
Places.
movie. Yeah, Trading
Yeah,
Places, and then with Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah.
yes,
Even though I did like 40 Hours too. I did like 40 Hours. I used to watch that a lot when I was younger.
really. Okay,
Yeah.
on yeah, on VHS or on TV or on what?
It used to come on TV a lot. So the thing with movies back in the day, like once it be in the movie theater, like a couple years later, it would just be on TV like quick, very quick. Then how? Well, I think now it's quicker now, but back
Yeah.
then it used to be coming on on the network TV. I used to watch it a lot. A lot of Eddie movies used to come on the network TV when I was growing up.
Okay, because I remember the first time I was just gonna ask you, like, when was the first time you watched Beverly Hills Cop, the first one? Because for me, my dad got us, I think, the 3 on VHS sets, so I watched them really later. It was 1 and 2 and 3, and I was kind of young, but I was blown away, and I was laughing nonstop, and I just loved him so much. And then I think I watched them even after his vampire movie. So it was, for me, it was bizarre because my first introduction to Eddie was him as a vampire. Yes, it was hilarious, silly movie, but at the same time, I still loved it, and I got really scared. He kind of looked nasty in this, and then I watch him here, and he's a funny goofball, and it just flows from there. So when was the first time you remember watching it?
Definitely when I was a kid, cause like I said, when 48 Hours, that Beverly Hills Cop also came on TV a lot as a kid. Number one, definitely number one. So I used to watch it a lot. It's probably used to come on. Back in the day, you had to have like movies come on a lot. Like you know how you used to have like broadcast movie in the afternoon. Like Beverly Hills Cop used to come on a lot, like Channel 9 or Channel 11, and that's how I used to watch it as a kid.
Okay, awesome. So what do you think makes Beverly Hills Cop like stand the test of time for you? Because sometimes when we watch movies when you're younger and then you watch them now and you feel like, oh my god, no, this doesn't stand the test of time. First of all, either I'm bored or I feel that it lacks something, or I outgrew it. But I watched them at least exactly, especially the first one, and I felt like fresh into it. Like I can't stop, I can't get enough. I love it so much. Everything about it is cool. So for you, what makes it a good movie even to this day? What makes it stand the time?
Well, when I watched it recently, I watched it 3 times recently. I know one time was probably like sometime in 2020, another time probably like last year, and then the third time when we were doing this review, and I realized, yo, Beverly Hills Cop is a really funny movie. It made me understand it more as an adult. It made me really appreciate it a lot more than I was as a kid. So watching it now it's aged really good. Watching it now, well, at least the first one did. At least
the first one, yes, because the second one was kind of a disappointment. And
I mean, yeah, second one wasn't bad. It was just I thought it was too quick, very quick.
This is the thing. Yeah. I felt the same. Like, it wasn't that bad. Sometimes you feel like the sequel is horrible. What is this? Like monstrosity. Get it out of my face. This wasn't. But maybe because I was so hyped when I was watching the first one, the second one came like an adrenaline downgrade.
Yeah.
Like, no, guys, what? he still had his funny moments. There's this moment when he's like, like, I used to be a Muslim and I can smell pork, and it's like funny. He's insane. And there is this moment where he just goes into any bad guys, like the moment I think when he was going to the shooting range and stuff like that. It was insane. The way he interacts with every single person, you just laugh. But you feel like it was just moments. The first movie was all kind of like tied in like a tapestry. And you could feel the energy, not just of Eddie, but him interacting with all the other characters. So, okay. So I'm going to just say the first synopsis for the first movie. Police officer Axel Foley's close friend, Mikey Tandino, is murdered by drug dealer Victor Maitland soon after he arrives in Detroit. Axel takes up the investigation, which leads him to the crime world of Beverly Hills. First of all, it was crazy funny how you take this character of Axel, who doesn't even fit in Detroit, and take him somewhere fancy like Beverly Hills. It was insane the way you see him dealing in, just laughing at how pretentious people are when he's going to this really fancy, expensive hotel. The scene at the art gallery with Sarge, the way he plays off people's pronunciation and the way they just say words, like, I would be really scared to come, like heads to heads with this guy, because he's just gonna pick on everything I do, and he's gonna do it in a funny way that I can't stop laughing. So it's such a very meaty, interesting character to sink his teeth into. And it's also funny it's very effortless fun. Like, it's effortless comedy. I think because Eddie has it in him already. So he has the script is amazing. It's so funny. The action sequences, everything is just well played, and I think the direction by Martin Brest is really good. It's very good action comedy directing. But what makes this whole movie shine is Eddie at the center.
And of course, one thing that Eddie always do is that laugh. Every time you do that laugh, you're going to be a good. You're going to be a good.
And it's infectious. You just want to laugh as well.
Like I said, everything about the first one was definitely amazing and very funny. And also, we got shout out to his character, his partners too, because they made the movie kind of funny too.
Yes, exactly. They're amazing. They're just funny, and they kind of make like this alternate, presences to him. Like Roswood and Taggart, like they're always just funny, and they're all so low key and laid back. And you could tell they're from Los Angeles. They're different from him. He's more spicier. He's just more energetic, and they're kind of laid back, kind of cool. But they just played out so well, and they're just good friends. You feel like you want to be part of this Three Musketeers, as they told him, like all for one for all, and it's hilarious.
But also the theme song.
I was just going to tell you.
The theme song of Beverly Hills Cop was amazing too.
Amazing.
Very catchy, like very catchy.
It's the best ever. It's so. I remember it also. I think they took it in like Crazy Frog theme. They used to play it like when we were like a little bit older. It was insane. So definitely, you would never forget it. Even the theme song was just so cool and so funny and very Axel. Like, I think they call it Axel F theme or something.
Axel F, Axel X,
It has to. It's amazing. It's like him. It's like his personality into music. So it's just so cool. Oh my gosh.
No, fun fact. That's my ringtone.
Oh my god, really?
The thing song is my ringtone.
If I was there, I would call it. Every single song was together. Oh my god, this would be so funny. But it has to. It's like the coolest. My dad for like a long time had the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly theme as his ringtone, and we would like go da, da, da. And then my sister got like, "No, Dad, just get it out of your phone. Stop! Not everyone who calls you are gonna hear this. Enough is enough." So it's so cool when you have something like that. I don't know.
It is good.
So, what is your favorite scene from the first one?
I guess when we first got to LA. We first got to LA. He met the guy at the door, and then who I met his friend, the girl.
Yes.
Yeah. And then when he got to the place, I think the guy Serge.
Yeah.
He asked about his friend murder, and they threw him through the glass.
It's the best.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Get out of here!" The way he just does it. It's insane. It's just so funny. He can't help
Yeah.
it. And the
Yeah.
way Serge can't even say his name. Like he would make up name. Like he can't even say Axel. And it's like
Yeah.
the funny. He just doesn't want to let it go. It's insane.
Yeah. Also, I got a couple more.
Tell me.
Also, the banana scene. You know,
Oh my.
when he went
Use
up
the
to
food.
he asked for the banana. With by the way, you know that Damon Wayans.
Yes.
That's Damon Wayans. That's the young Damon Wayans in that
Yeah.
scene. Yeah.
Really?
I had to pick that up the last time I watched. They're like, wait, that Damon Wayans?
Oh my god. Really? I never knew. I never
Yeah,
noticed.
I never noticed either until like I watched the last time. Like, wait a minute, is this Damon Wayans? Wow, I gotta say this on this episode now.
Oh my god.
So
That's so cool. I never
yes,
noticed. Oh my god.
yeah, the
Wow.
Damon Wayans, yeah. So yeah, the scene with the banana. So when he went to the car, when you know the two partners were following him, he put the banana in the engine
Yeah.
while the waiter gives them their food. That was another funny scene that I like.
I think Rosewood was just very excited about the food. He was even more than Taggart. He was like eating and very happy. So it's
Yeah,
just so funny to see how he played them.
yeah.
What else is your favorite thing? Like, what else do you like? Do you like, because I was so excited when I saw, like Jonathan Banks from Breaking Bad being one of the bad guys. Because in Breaking Bad, he was like this character. And then you see him here and he's so young, but he's still so evil. And you're like, oh my, I can't believe how the world is small. So what else do you pick on from the first movie that made you interested?
Well, also, Billy is one of my favorite characters on that movie too. Billy. So yeah, I like him. He was funny in this movie.
He's the best. Bill Roswell
Yeah,
is the best. Yeah, he is so
yeah,
funny. And he's also so, like, he's a chill character. And you could feel
yeah,
the difference between him and Axel. He's such a good friend to Axel, but at the same time, he's really mild. He's a very chill
yeah.
character. And you just feel, the second film is like, so when he invited them to his house and showed him his
Oh yeah,
plants
yeah,
and the turtle, and they were both looking at him, and he's like, this one listens to Beethoven, this one listens to James Brown, and they're looking at him like Axel and Taggart, like, ooh, what is this? What is he saying? And
yeah.
this was just funny because
And
it shows
also,
you a lot. Tell
yeah,
me.
also I feel like Axel rubbed off on them in the second film. You know when they had the new lieutenant, and at the end of the film they got mad at the new lieutenant, and then the other boys like, you fired. I felt like he Axel rubbed up on them.
So
Yeah,
much. And he's first, I think, when they have the new lieutenant too, and he's meeting him for the first time, and he's like, "I'm Johnny
yeah,
Wishbone," and he's like predicting, "Yeah, let me know what your name is." And he is, and like, you would want this kind of, like, thinking, the way you could just